But this push for cash, right? Let's talk about this, because this is something that is really prevalent, and there's been a big push, electronic all the way, yada yada yada. I just see so many problems. I really do, and I always, for me, it comes back to privacy. People go, if you've got nothing to hide, then hide nothing. Well, hang on, no. I have a right. It is not a privilege for privacy. If I want to go and buy something for cash, right, I have that right. I'm ready. I'm primed and looking forward to a fantastic show. Hope you're watching rather there on the socials. Really want to get your engagement and questions over. I don't even know where, because we've been jumping around and rush. But hey, we've got Shaq on the line, mate. Where are you at the moment?
I'm in an undisclosed location.
Batman. Okay, thank you, Batman. Just so you know, Batman wore blue, mate. That shirt.
No, he is black.
There we go. He wears it all. Love it.
He self-identifies as black.
He does.
No, I'm actually in one of my lounge rooms, because I'm not in my office because Microsoft blew my laptop up. I'm not taking responsibility, so I'm blaming them. So,
Bill Gates, he's got his hand in everything, right? He's causing all the problems. The other people we have in the room, or we're literally in the studio here at Edge, of course, is Derek Whittaker, the star of the show. The show is all about you, mate.
All about me. Okay.
No, you've got the laptop. That's how it works. Okay. Well, you are the Hunter Biden of the show right now. You have the laptop.
Great. Who needs enemies when you got friends?
Damn straight, mate. That's how we work. We're Australian.
It's good to see you shaved today, Aaron.
Just my back.
There you go.
All right. We're going to get into the show. And of course, popping in every so often with the juvenile comments, it will be Mr. Cartier, Travis Carter, the alias Shave Monkey, mate. Great to see you. Good to have you as part of the show.
It's actually, believe it or not, it's nice being back.
It is. It's nice to have you back.
Bit of a family issue, so that's now effectively being resolved. But yeah.
Sorry. Who's it nice for that you're back?
Me. I get to pull the piss out of Aaron nonstop again. So, yes.
Oh, there. All right, let's jump into the show, because we have some great stuff to cover, mate. And look, as I say, you've got the laptop. You are in charge. Let's get into the first subject. What would that be?
Well, a lot of Aussies got to Facebook again and said, you know what, we want to do the Cash is King Day again.
Yes.
And so they were urging Aussies to rush to the ATMs, withdraw money in the act of defiance as part of their event, and that was on the June the 14th of 2024. Bank branch or ATM, get it out, use it, don't lose it, was their catch cry. Okay. I think the difference on this one is that it's taken mainstream media's attention now. I mean, I'm reading this from Sky News, looking at their report on it, and this is the second wave of it. We've also seen the politicians like Bill Catter and that come out and say we want cash to stick around,
yes,
particularly for emergency situations. If a hurricane happens or a flood and the ATMs are down, how are you going to buy things that you need without having cash? And people are starting to think deeper about, well, if this goes, there is a level of convenience in terms of how do we do things in an emergency, but there's also the thing of what does it mean for our freedoms? And it's interesting this discussion is happening, and seeing these social news happen in terms of ways Australians are thinking about it. There is some pushback against the reliance on digital payments.
Yes. Look, and it's not even hurricanes or floods or whatever. Okay, the reality is every day it happens. How often is there an internet problem? How often are we finding? I've had situations this week. Last week where I've had to go pay, I wanted to pay for something, and thankfully I've had some cash, because guess what? The terminal's down, or there's a problem.
Well, it's not just that as well. Like every night, the banks do updates.
Yes.
For ANZ, it's between 2 and 3 WA time, where all your cards, like especially if you've got your cards loaded up into your mobile phone, so you don't actually have a physical card, none of that works.
Not at all.
So Bob Catter was actually in Parliament House in Canberra trying to buy a bottle of wine with cash, and the kiosk person, or whatever they call it in Canberra, their FPOS machines and all that weren't working, and they had no way to actually accept the cash.
Well, the next question is, how are you buying wine at the cafeteria? This is a pretty good cafeteria.
You obviously haven't been in a tour in the Canberra.
No, I have not been to the.
I'd like a wine latte.
Aaron, have you ever read the legislation that comes out of that place? Do you think these people are sober?
No
No,
way.
like,
Not
even-
Jackie Lambie.
even the Perth one, like the Parliament House here, you literally sit down. They go coffee, wine. The first thing they give you when you go for a lunch there is the wine menu.
Yes.
Like they don't even give you food. It's like, right, what alcohol do you want? And
Yeah,
it's
I know.
like, and it's not like cheap bottles of wine either. There's some really expensive wine bottles in there, and it's all paid for taxpayers. So it's funny they complain about staffers getting drunk on the taxpayers' money. It's like, well, go have a look at the politicians. They're constantly drunk on taxpayers' money.
Yep.
So,
All right, but
Maybe
okay,
I should become a politician. That would save me a bloody fortune.
yeah, especially with what you drink.
Well, you like to argue, so they've got that going for you.
Absolutely. All right, but this push for cash, right? Let's talk about this, because this is something that is really prevalent, and there's been a big push, electronic all the way, yada yada yada. I just see so many problems. I really do, and I always, for me, it comes back to privacy. People go, if you've got nothing to hide, then hide nothing. Well, hang on, no. I have a right. It is not a privilege for privacy. If I want to go and buy something for cash, right, I have that right. It makes me angry. And I'm often like stuff for the station, whatever. We have a lot of memorabilia around. We've got a lot of I don't know what you call it, but basically pop culture stuff.
These things.
Yeah, and you know what? People who sell that kind of stuff all want cash, funny enough, right?
Well, you get it on the second-hand market,
Yeah,
like the flea
exactly
market
right.
type thing.
Spot
You're not going
on.
to get that in retail. In the
No,
mall.
you're not. No,
Yeah.
no, not at all.
Just for a start, right? What's this? If you've got nothing to hide, what are you scared of? Well, if that's the case, then why is the government so scared? Because the government doesn't give us any transparency over what they do. Look at all the shit the government gets up to, right? Well, government, if you've got nothing to hide, why are you hiding? Right? Treat me the same way, thank you very much. Get out of my life. Get out of my bedroom. Get out of my house. Get out of my wife's body. Not that I have a wife, but if I did, just leave us alone. We're okay. Thank you very much.
Think about a particular list that Heffernan had those few years ago, right? And that's been suppressed for 99 years, whatever the case was. If you've got nothing to hide, let's talk about that, right? Yeah. All right.
Well, it's the first mark of losing your freedom.
I might just remind everybody in Western Australia, right, that during COVID, the West Australian Police said that the app would only be used for health purposes, right? It would never be used for anything else. And then the new commissioner, I say new because I've been in WA for so long, the new commissioner then it does a radio interview where he's asked, well, how come you use this to track, organised criminals and this and that? And he just, they're organised crime figures, blah, blah, blah. I'll make no apologies. So you lied. You lied to us.
Yeah.
Right? It wasn't to track criminals. It was to track witnesses to the crime.
Wow.
Oh, well, that's okay. Well, that's even worse. But the point is, the point is, you lied to us. Now, here's the thing, government. If you're going to lie to us all the bloody time, okay, don't expect us to trust you.